This agreement governs your use of Apple services through which you can buy, get, license, rent, or subscribe to content, apps as defined below, and other in-app services. Content may be offered through the services by Apple or a third party. Examples of services include, where available, App Store, subscriptions, Apple Arcade, Apple Books, Apple Fitness Plus, Apple Games, Game Center, Apple Music, Apple News, Apple One, Apple Podcasts, Apple Sports, Apple TV, iTunes, and Shazam. Our services are available for you to use in your country or territory of residence by creating an account for use of the services. In a particular country or territory, you are specifying it as your home country. To use our services, you need compatible hardware/software, latest version recommended and sometimes required, and internet access. Fees may apply. Our services' performance may be affected by these factors. You can acquire content on our services for free or for a charge, either of which is referred to as a transaction. Each transaction is an electronic contract between you and Apple, and/or you and the entity providing the content on our services. However, if you are a customer of Apple Distribution International Ltd. or Apple Services Pte. Ltd., then that entity is the merchant of record for some content you acquire from Apple Books, Apple Podcasts, or Apple Store as displayed on the product page, and/or during the acquisition process for the relevant service. In such case, you acquire the content from Apple Distribution International Ltd. or Apple Services Pte. Ltd. as applicable, which is licensed by the content provider. Example, app provider as defined below, book publisher, etc. When you make your first transaction, we will ask you to choose how frequently we should ask for your password for future transactions. On applicable Apple hardware, if you enable Touch ID for transactions, we will ask you to authenticate all transactions with your fingerprint. And if you enable Face ID for transactions, we will ask you to authenticate all transactions using facial recognition. Apple will charge your selected payment method for any paid transactions, including any applicable taxes. If you have also added it to your Apple Wallet, Apple may charge your selected payment method in Apple Wallet using Apple Pay. You can associate multiple payment methods with your Apple account, and you agree that Apple may store and charge those payment methods for transactions. Your primary payment method appears at the top of your account settings payment page. If your primary payment method cannot be charged for any reason, such as expiration or insufficient funds, you authorize Apple to attempt to charge your other eligible payment methods in order from top to bottom as they appear on your account settings payment page. If we cannot charge you, you remain responsible for any uncollected amounts, and we may attempt to charge you again or request that you provide another payment method. If you pre-ordered content, you will be charged when the content is delivered to you, unless you cancel prior to the content's availability. In accordance with local law, Apple may automatically update your payment information regarding your payment methods if provided such information by the payment networks or your financial institutions. All transactions are final. Content prices may change at any time. If technical problems prevent or unreasonably delay delivery of content, your exclusive and sole remedy is either replacement of the content or refund of the price paid as determined by Apple. From time to time, Apple may suspend or cancel payment or refuse a refund request if we find evidence of a fraud, abuse, or unlawful or other manipulative behavior that entitles Apple to a corresponding counterclaim. Services and accessing your content may require an Apple account. An Apple account, previously called an Apple ID, is the account you use across Apple's ecosystem. Use of Game Center is subject to this agreement and also requires a Game Center account. Your account is valuable, and you're responsible for maintaining its confidentiality and security. Apple is not responsible for any losses arising from the unauthorized use of your account. Please contact Apple if you suspect that your account has been compromised. You must be age 13 or equivalent minimum age in your home country as set forth in the Apple account creation process to create an account and use our services. Apple accounts for persons under this age can be created by a parent or legal guardian using family sharing or approved educational institution. Although certain devices may prevent such Apple accounts from accessing certain services on the device. A parent or legal guardian who is creating an account for a minor should review this agreement with the minor to ensure that they both understand it.